Okay, 6 to the power of 3, the 6 is your base, the exponent is your 3, the whole thing is called a power. So if I were to write this out in expanded form, what is this? It's 6 times what? Times 6, 3 times, right? On the calculator, you could, because it's only 3 of them, you could do 6 times 6 times 6, and then you'll get 216. But if if it was like a lot, like 6 to the power of 10, if you keep doing that, you can lose track of how many you did. So we actually have this exponent button right here. This is your exponent button, the y to the x, not this one. Okay, a lot of people think it's this one because it's exp. Makes sense. You'll think that exp stands for exponent, but it doesn't. Ugh, I don't know who made calculators. Okay, so this button right here, x to the y like this, or on your calculator, a button like this. These are the exponent button. Okay, check your calculator. Every calculator has this. If your calculator don't have these buttons, you need a new calculator. Okay, so on my calculator, I will do 6 and then press this exponent button and then 3. And then that will give you 216. Okay, so make sure you know these two buttons. What about this? Okay, if I were to write this in expanded form, what is this? In expanded form, what is this? Anybody? Nick. It's right. Okay. What about this then? What is this in expanded form? Eric? Right. Do you guys see the difference between this and this? Like between these three? So this one, what's my base right here? Yeah. -6. That's why it's -6 times -6 times -6. It's inside the bracket. But what is my base right here? Vincent? No, my base is right here is just 6. Okay, so that's why I emphasize on what your base is. Here, you have that negative in the front, but when you multiply in expanded form, it's just a 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, and then moving on to, what if I have an exponent of 0? What's anything raised to the exponent 0? Huh? 1. That's right. Right. Given that a is not 0. Right. So anything to the power of 0 is 1. But negative exponent. So negative exponent means I flip my base. So right here, my base is a. So when I flip it, it's 1 over a. Okay. We'll do a few more examples of this. All right, so let's do the first one together. 8 to the power of 0. 8 to the power of 0. Vincent, 1, because we just said that. Okay, -8 to the power of 0. -8 in brackets to the power of 0. Also 1. Okay, and then for the same reason as what we said above, what is -8 to the power of 0 with no brackets? What does this equal, Vincent? Ooh, no brackets. So just like right here, I have that negative on the outside. So this would be -1. Okay. That negative is not raised to the power of 0. So that's why it's just a negative on the outside and then the 8 to the 0. Okay. You guys following along? Okay. Make sure you're focusing. All right. This one. Okay, this is what I was talking about with the negative exponents. Negative 2/3 raised to the power of -2. So that negative exponent tells me to flip my base. What's my base right now? Yeah, 2/3. So if I flip it, it becomes 3/2. Now, here's the part where another common mistake. You did the flipping because of the negative exponent. So now your exponent is just +2 now. Right? So notice your whole base, as Ufin said, my base is 3/2. So the whole base is raised to the exponent. So 3 square is 9, and then 2 square is 4. So your fraction is 9/4. A lot of people write 9/2. They only remember to square the top but forgot about the denominator. Just like that. You can just leave it like that. Okay. So what about this one? -2/5 raised to the exponent -3. All right. So Emmy, what's my base right here? All right. My base number is -2/5. So if I flip this fraction, what would it be? The whole fraction. So -2/5, flipping it will give me 5. Yeah, 5/2. Right. Once I flip it, I drop that negative on the exponent, and I get to the exponent 3. 5 cubed. 5 times 5 times 5, 125. -2 times -2 times -2, I get -8. Okay. Let's try one more. 4/1. Right, 4/1 is the same as just 4 to the -1. So my base right here is 4/1. So when I flip it, yep, 1/4. And what's my exponent now? Instead of -1, it's just, okay, 1. Good. And what's anything to the power of 1? All right. What's anything to the power of 1? Yep, the number itself. So it's just 1/4. Okay. It's like you're telling it to times it by itself one time. So it's just itself. For these ones right here, did the negative exponent make my answer negative? No. So this is another common mistake. So negative exponents does not make answer negative. Okay. All it does is it flips. You flip the base. Right? So just like right here, -2 exponent, +9/4. -1 exponent, +1/4. So it has nothing to do with making your answer positive or negative. Okay. 7 to the -2. So my base right here is 7, and if I flip it, it becomes, sorry? 1/7. Good. And then when I square it, wait, what? Do I give you the answer now? Yes, please. 2/49. 2/49? No. Oh, 1/49. Good. I knew you could get it, so I wanted to give you another second. Okay. But yeah, it's a common mistake. Remember, exponent means 1 times 1 and then 7 times 7. So don't multiply. I've seen people put 2/14. Remember, exponents is exponents, it's not multiplying. Jason? Not yet. I'm in the middle of the lesson. Not yet, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Okay, and I see some people still on their phone. So let's put away the phone. Okay. -2 to the power of -3. Okay. What's my base? -2. So if I flip it, Claire? -1/2 or 1/-2. All right, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where that negative is. And then so when you cube it, 1 times 1 times 1, you get 1. -2 times -2 times -2, you get -8. Okay, again, I don't care where that negative is, as long as the fraction is negative. All right, here's two tricky ones. 0 square. What's 0 square? Derek? 0. Because it's just 0 times 0, so you get 0. Then what about 0 to the -2? All right, who says 0? All right, who says it's something else? Oh, all right. Notice I said it's a tricky question, so it's not 0. What's your base right here? Your base is 0. So if I flip it, because of the negative exponent, if I flip it, what does it become? Not 1. So 0, just like right here, is 7/1, right? So 0 is the same as 0/1. So if you flip it, it's 1/0. If you do that on your calculator, can you do 1 divided by 0? 1 divided by 0. What do you get? Air. You cannot put one person in 0 groups. So, but air doesn't sound mathematical. It sounds so wrong. So what's the math word we use for air? Anyone know? It starts with a D? Oh, sorry. No, sorry. It starts with U. Undefined. Right. All right. So that's why I said it's tricky. 0 to the square is 0. But 0 to the -2 or -5 or -1,000, it's undefined. All right. That's why I said it was a tricky question. Okay. Can you guys take 30 seconds to try K and L? Try these two. Take 30 seconds, try it. It should not take you more than 30 seconds to try these. Okay, who has the answer for K? Eric? -25/4. Did anybody get a different answer? Claire? +25/4. Okay. Because square. Even exponent always gives you a positive answer. Okay. What about L? Jason? 1/216. Good. 1/216. Not yet. 3 more minutes. Okay. Last part of the lesson is scientific notation. So now that you understand base, you understand exponents, we have scientific notation. So for example, 6.2 times 10 to the 3. Okay, 6.2 times 10 to the 3. You guys learned about scientific notation before. You had an intro on these. When it's times 10 to the 3, basically the shortcut way is to move the decimal place. Since it's a positive exponent, you're moving it to the right because you're making the number bigger. So you're moving it 1, 2, 3 spaces. Right? So what am I going to fill in those spaces with? Yeah, zeros. So this is 6.2. So 1, 2, 3. Fill those spaces with a 0. So this 6.2 times 10 to the 3 means 6,200. Okay, on your calculator, that's what I was talking about. This EXP button, this is the times 10. That's what this means. Times 10 to the exponent 1. So on the calculator, if I were to use the calculator, I do 6.2 E and then exponent 3. Okay, and you get 6,200. Okay, I think this button is pretty useless actually, because you could simply do 6.2 times 10 to the power of 3, and it will do the same thing. Okay, so I don't like using this button. That's why we don't use it much. But I just thought to explain this button for you. Okay, what about what if it's 6.2 times 10 to the negative 3? Okay, so 6.2 times 10 to the negative 3. Which way am I moving the decimal there? To the left. So move this decimal place. 1, 2, 3. I have my new decimal place right here. I'm going to fill those spaces with zeros. So my answer is 0.0062. Yeah, so yeah, here. 6.2 E negative 3. And it will give me this answer. What? Question? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, I just need the trailing zeros. I don't need the zeros in front. Alright, what if it's 5 times 10 to the negative 6? Alright, I see no decimal right here. So where is my decimal? Yeah, behind it, right? So if I move this over, how many zeros will I have? How many zeros will I have there? 5 of them. That's right, because I'm moving it 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my new decimal. And then in between, I fill those spaces with zeros. So I have 5 of them. Yeah, question? There's a 5-minute walking time between classes. And my lesson has only been 18 minutes. Good that I have the timer on. So I think by now, 15, 16 years old, you guys can hold it. Right? 2 last one. 7, 8, 9.3 times 10 to the 2. Okay. Is this proper scientific notation? There, Eric, why not? Good. Okay. So, or the other thing you can think of is that decimal should go right after the first non-zero digit. Okay. So instead, I should rewrite this as what, Eric? 4. Good job. Right? Why it changed to 4 is because I moved the decimal place to the left twice. So that means to get to 78,930, I have to make it times 4 now. So add 2 onto this. Okay. One last one. Okay, 7.89. Okay. Is this proper scientific notation? Okay, those who say yes. Those who say no. Okay, Vincent, what's wrong? Right, your base has to be at base 10. All right, so it can't be to the 12. It won't work. This is a whole different question. It's basically 7.89 times 1 over 12 times 1 over 12 times 1 over 12. Okay, so then it's not scientific notation. Okay, any questions? Okay, so 20-minute lesson. For the rest of the class, please work on page 1, 2, and 3. All right, 1, 2, and 3.